7 years. Kris Draper
Oh, that was a nasty.
crumbled to the ice, Lemieux left the rink with a game misconduct, and a powder keg got its spark.
Yo, y'all told me to react to this rivalry, so here we go. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all already know.
While that one hit ignited the rivalry, the beef had actually been building since before the Avalanche were even the Avalanche. Lemieux had been a thorn in Detroit's side during the finals a year before, when his Devils swept the underperforming Red Wings to win the Stanley Cup.
Damn.
Lemieux won the Conn Smythe Trophy, which led to a contract dispute, which led to him being traded to the newest team out west. The Quebec Nordiques had just moved to Denver and became the Colorado Avalanche after being briefly named the Rocky Mountain Extreme. Led by future Hall of Famers Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg, they were Cup favorites and began life in Denver with a 3-2 victory over who else but the Detroit Red Wings. It was a mostly respectful affair, as both teams celebrated the return of hockey to Colorado. Detroit only lost 12 more times that season on the way to winning the President's Cup trophy. But one of those victories also directly led to the Avalanche's future success. During an 11-1 victory at Montreal, the Wings scored 9 times on Patrick Waugh. He was finally pulled half.
Oh yeah, Patrick Waugh. Y'all was telling me in the comments too, his name is not Patrick Roy, it's Patrick Waugh. My fault, bro. My fault. His name not better than Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur got the best name in NHL history. But yeah, I remember this, bro. This was crazy.
Halfway through the second period, but having been kept in through that onslaught, the damage was done.
Yeah.
Upset and with no glass behind the bench, he went straight to Canadiens president Ronald Corey to let him know he was done playing for Montreal.
Damn.
4 days later, he was traded to Colorado.
Oh, he was on Cup.
Following that opening night loss, the Red Wings beat the Avalanche 3 straight times, including a 7-0 romp on March 22nd, which led many to believe that Detroit had Waugh's number. But as they say in hockey, the regular season doesn't mean shit. They met in the Western Conference Finals, fired up the grills, and had some beef. May 19th, 1996, with the series in Detroit, the Avalanche crashed the Kid Rock-themed party and stole the first 2 games in front of a shocked crowd. The ever-eloquent Denver Post columnist Woody Page gave the Wings some bulletin board material when he said, "The Red Wings will get about half their normal oxygen at mile-high altitude, but they're already having problems breathing because it's difficult when you have your own gloves around your throat." Detroit brought the physicality to Game 3. In the first period, Slava Kozlov guided Adam Foote's face into the glass. The officials had no issue with this, so the Avs took justice into their own hands. Claude Lemieux found Kozlov and said hello from behind. Each boy received a minor, and the Wings took...
He got off on him! I ain't gonna lie. Nah. That was a sucker punch, though.
found Kozlov and said hello from behind.
That was a sucker punch, though.
Each boy received a minor, and the Wings took the game 6-4.
Nah,
Afterwards, as Claude and his family left the arena, Detroit's coach, Scotty Bowman, yelled at Lemieux from the Red Wings team bus. Claude stepped aboard, traded barbs, and walked away pissed off. The next morning wouldn't be better for Lemieux when it was announced the punch got him suspended for Game 4.
Yeah,
this didn't sit well with Colorado, who believed Bowman sent tape to the league office asking for Lemieux to be suspended.
Damn.
Bowman denied it, the team split Games 4 and 5, then returned to Denver for Game 6 and the hit. Draper suffered broken bones to his jaw, nose, cheekbone, right eye socket, and had 5 teeth bent backwards.
5 teeth bent backwards? Yo. Hold on, bro. That was crazy. Hold on, I gotta see that again from this angle, though.
Returned to Denver for Game 6.
Bomb!
Draper suffered broken bones to his jaw, nose, cheekbone, right eye socket, and had 5 teeth bent backwards. Other than Steve Yzerman, none of the Detroit players saw the damage until after. Many regretted showing Lemieux any sort of respect after the game.
I can't believe I shook this guy's friggin' hand after the game. That pisses me right off.
As for Lemieux, he was suspended and fined.
This was for real. Hold on. He said, that pisses me off. I like this, though. I like this. I don't like when niggas friendly. I like beef.
Any sort of respect after the game.
I can't believe I shook this guy's friggin' hand after the game.
That's crazy.
That pisses me right off.
As for Lemieux, he was suspended and fined for the hit, but it wasn't enough for Detroit. Draper was left wondering if he'd have to take things into his own hands. It didn't help that the Avs went on to sweep the Florida Panthers in the finals, and it really didn't help that Lemieux never apologized. The Wings vowed revenge, spent the summer stewing over the hit, and made moves to make sure they could play the bully. In the second game of the 96-97 season, Lemieux tore a muscle that sidelined him for the first 2 Detroit matchups. They could have used him for the second time around. Martin Lapointe sent Avs
Oh my
defenseman
goodness.
Alexei Gusarov flying into the glass,
Oh
briefly
my
knocking him
God.
unconscious. Sent Avs defenseman
nah,
Alexei
NHL is
Gusarov
too
flying into the
aggressive.
glass, briefly knocking him unconscious. Lined him for the first 2 Detroit matchups.
Hold on.
They could have used him for the second time around. Martin Lapointe sent Avs defenseman Alexei Gusarov flying into the
They
glass.
need to put padded
briefly
on the
knocking
walls
him
or something,
unconscious.
bruh.
This, plus a head injury to René Corbet, led Avs GM Pierre Lacroix to confront Lapointe after the game, where he was heard screaming, "You're never going to win a fucking game again." Which, as far as insults go, it's just a bold statement. When Lemieux finally returned against Detroit, he and Draper shared some words but kept their gloves on. The Avalanche skated away with the victory, while the Red Wings had to wait 10 days for the final regular season rematch. With police protection as the result of death threats sent his way, on March 26, 1997, Lemieux returned to Detroit for the first time since
I'm
Game
back,
6.
nerds.
Near the end of the first period, the brawl began. Everything looked par for course until McCarty spotted Lemieux standing alone.
Oh!
He came up along Claude's side
Oh,
and
he said, "Yeah, I found you. I've been waiting for a long time for this. I waited a year for this." He said, "I waited a year."
par for course until
Meet
McCarty
him.
spotted Lemieux standing alone.
Mom.
Came up along Claude's side and caught Lemieux with a right. From there, everything erupted in a way that looked rehearsed by Detroit. It became a scene with every
Hold on.
but
You
Lemieux
gotta
standing
go
alone.
Means.
Came up along Claude's
I
side
need
and
you.
caught Lemieux with a right. From there,
He was not
everything
playing with
erupted
Buddy.
in a way that looked
Lemieux was
rehearsed
just
by
like,
Detroit.
"Yeah, let me get right."
It became a scene with everyone playing their part, but afterwards, McCarty said no one talked about it before the game. It just happened, including
Everybody
McCarty
was
kneeing
mad.
Lemieux in the head.
Oh, he
As the
need him?
refs focused on getting McCarty off of Lemieux, the goalies went at it in an exhaustingly impressive display of balance. The officials finally freed Lemieux, who made his way to the locker room as the crowd erupted.
They are on their feet here at Joe Louis Arena.
As for McCarty, he received a double minor for roughing.
Hey, hold on. I don't want to replay this video, but like he said, he need him. I gotta go back and see that, cause like I know y'all gonna be like, "Why he been playing the video over and over?" I gotta see the knee real quick. I'm sorry.
Talked about it before the game. It just happened, including McCarty kneeing Lemieux in the head. As the refs focused on
Nah,
getting
he really
McCarty
didn't
off
like
of Lemieux,
he really
the
didn't like
goalie-
him.
Here at Joe Louis Arena.
They really hated him.
As for
real.
McCarty, he received a double minor for roughing. No fighting major, no game misconduct.
They said, "Nah, he got it.
Kept on trucking.
He broke
It took
somebody's
10
face."
minutes for the refs to restore order, but this game was already out of their control.
Damn.
Deadmarsh and Konstantinov dropped gloves. Shanahan and Foote went at it to start the second, followed a few minutes later by Keane and Holmstrom,
Ooh!
Ward and Severn, and 4 minutes later, Deadmarsh looked to get some revenge on McCarty.
And Deadmarsh trying to get back for what McCarty did to Lemieux.
Once everyone remembered there was a game going on, regulation ended with the teams tied at 5. Somehow, Darren McCarty was still in the game, so naturally, he scored the game winner in overtime. After the game, Scotty Bowman said none of this needed to happen.
Could all been put away, if you would
Nah,
have said.
your
"I'm
man's
sorry."
Lemieux. Yeah, if you would have said he was sorry, yeah. Lemieux, he broke a nigga phase 5, bruh. We gotta
Less
get
than 2 months later, Colorado and Detroit had a Western Conference Finals rematch. In a tough back-and-forth series, the rivalry took over in Game 4.
Oh my God.
During a 6-0 Red Wings victory, the third period had 204 minutes of penalties, 64 of which came in one altercation with just over 2 to play. Watching his team get beat in every way, Avs coach Mark Crawford had had enough and let Scotty Bowman hear it. Standing over the small partition between the two benches, he lay into the legend. Unfortunately,
The
broadcast
legend. Who that coach? He a legend. Where he
didn't
from?
pick it up, but Adrian Dater was able to transcribe the tirade in his book Blood Feud. It pretty much just amounts to Mark Crawford yelling at Bowman, calling him old over and over again, and then telling somebody that he's gonna f***ing kill them. You know,
What?
the usual. Crawford was fined, the Wings won the series in 6, and then swept the Flyers in the finals. With the rivalry tied at 1 Stanley Cup
Damn.
apiece, Colorado came into the 97-98 season looking to get back on top. Lemieux knew he needed to squash his
Look
beef
at him,
with
look at him,
McCarty
yeah.
before it led to more of the same. In their first rematch of the season, the pair dropped gloves.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta watch hockey more. I like this, bro. Yo, hockey, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hockey. I love this, bro. Cause I wish they could do this in the NBA and the NFL. As soon as the game show, let's get right. What we talking for? Let's get right. I like this. I ain't gonna lie.
Came into the
This is real
97-98 season looking to get back on top.
He said,
Lemieux
"We gotta
knew
go.
he
Let's
needed
fight.
to
Let's
squash
do
his
this."
beef with McCarty before it led to more of the same. In their first rematch of the season, the pair dropped gloves right after the
Lemieux
opening
tried to get him.
face-off. While McCarty applauded Lemieux's attempt to end things on the ice, it wouldn't be enough. McCarty said after the game, "I respect Claude for doing that as a hockey player, but I still have no respect for him as a human being.
Damn.
He still hasn't apologized to Drapes for what he did." He added that he'd be fine if the blood feud never ended. On April 1st, the teams picked it right back up in a game that once again had 200-plus penalty minutes in the third period
Damn,
alone.
boy. Look at
That's
the ref.
where we got this
Hey,
beat.
the ref is just sitting there like, man. Hold on, bro. Look at the ref. The ref is sitting there like, bro.
That once again had 200-plus penalty minutes in the third period alone. That's where we got this
Bro, why my shit won't pause?
game that
bro?
once again had 200-plus penalty minutes in the third period alone.
Pause,
That's where we
bro,
got
what
this
the
beauty.
fuck?
Looking to gain control of the rivalry ahead of the playoffs, Wall
Patrick
fought his
Roy?
second Detroit goaltender. Looking to
Hold
gain
on.
control of the
Roy
rivalry
said, I'm about
ahead
to-
of
hold
the
on, hold on,
playoffs.
hold on.
Wall
Roy
fought his
said, I'm about
second
to get
Detroit
in action,
goaltender in
man. What we doing? Roy said, I'm about to get in action. What we doing? Roy said, man, I'm tired of just sitting here waiting on niggas. I'm about to get in action. Nah, I like hockey. I ain't gonna lie. Hockey is, that's crazy. I want to look at this ref, though. Look at this ref. The ref sitting there like, bro.
That's where we got this beauty.
Patrick
Looking to
Roy.
gain control of the rivalry ahead of the playoffs, Wall fought his second Detroit goaltender in as many years. And despite losing the game, he skated away celebrating. But in an interview with Osgood following retirement, he revealed that this fight was a different sort of turning point.
After our fight, this is where I realized it was overboard. This is not what we were there to do. We simply lost our focus, to be honest with you.
For the first time in 3 years, the teams didn't meet in the playoffs. Colorado was bounced in the opening round, and
Damn.
Detroit's road to back-to-back cups was made just a bit easier,
Damn.
ending with a sweep of the
Back-to-back.
Washington Capitals. The rivalry was far from over, but over the next 4 years, the focus was on winning games instead of winning fights. In 2000, they even played the first regular season game in 20 years that didn't have a single penalty. The Avalanche knocked the Red Wings out of the playoffs in '99 and 2000, then won their second Stanley Cup in 2001. The Red Wings bounced the Avalanche a year later in a 7-game Western Conference Finals before winning the Cup back. Those last years gave us Yzerman's Statue of Liberty goal on Wall, Ray Bort getting his first cup in his final season,
Statue of
even a
Liberty
Blue
goal? What that
Conference
mean?
Finals before winning the Cup back. Those last years gave us Yzerman's Statue of Liberty goal on Wall, Ray Bort getting his first cup in his final season, even a brawl that almost led to a third goalie fight had Hasek not tripped trying to get to Wall. The hatred turned into a shared respect between the teams, fan bases, and media. It helped that the Avs shipped Claude Lemieux back to the Devils in 1999, since he still never apologized for the Draper hit. They met and talked for the first time before the 2016 Avalanche Red Wings alumni game, and the past was left alone. Even the pair that combined to spark it all had moved on to just appreciate it for what it was. Two teams made up of some of the most talented hockey players in the world, pushing each other to be better. The beef was special and the hatred was real, making it one of the most unforgettable hockey rivalries of all time. Thanks for watching Beef History.
That was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's one of the craziest rivalries I ever seen, bro. For a real beef, bro. That's crazy. Y'all gotta give me some more videos and more stories I gotta watch, bro, because that was insane. That was insane. But look, man, y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. I want to see more videos like this, man. Like I said, y'all already know what to do.